there's a lot of talk around 1%, 1 billion businesses. Funny, let's talk about certain things which you are doing.
So how I'm using AI, the very first thing is basically our website and stuff.
If you were to build a website, it costs anywhere between $5,000 to $10,000. Now, Funny is actually using a $20 to $50 subscription to build this website and also maintain this website.
We spent close to $1,000 for building a website.
I built my own website with like complications, right? Like Lovable, Shopify, things like that. Some of those things might still be difficult.
I think maybe 8 to 10 months ago, we were paying a social media marketing company close to like $800 per month. But now we are able to completely eliminate that.
So you need to have social media marketing, your presence on different kinds of platforms, things like that. So Klaviyo is also trying to do things like that, where I can create flows and it would create content customizable per customer.
So does Klaviyo own the customer data or like at least customer preference data? So he recently bought a franchisee of BaskinRobbins. He actually used Lovable to build an inventory management app.
I would love to have some kind of an AI voice agent who can call these people, explain the product details, and then if everything works out, set up an appointment with them.
Hello, hey guys, what's up?
What's up, Sidhu? Ready for our topic today?
Yeah, so I think let's try something different today. So I know that you guys are startup founders, or your family has been in business for a while now. So I think what we should talk about today is to see, like, as a founder or a business owner, right? How are you using AI to make your life easy or automate certain things in businesses? A lot of times before, right, it was not that easy to automate things. There were tools to automate things, but with AI, you can actually automate things yourself. And there's a lot of talk around 1%, 1 billion businesses. Hope either of us will get to a point where we'll have a $1 billion business using AI, but a single person founder and a single person team also. But let's explore different ideas. So before we jump into our video, for everybody, we are Everything Product. So we talk about latest technology and how you AI. So we help basically people better use these AI tools, and we have experimented a bunch of AI tools before, and these tools help us make our life much easier. So today, as I told you before, our topic is about if you are a founder or a business owner, how would you automate certain things in your life? So Funny to you. Take it over.
Sure, Sidhu. I mean, I have a bunch of topics. I have a lot of questions for you guys too. Maybe asking you guys how I can automate certain things. I mean, the first thing that comes to my mind, right? And you guys know, like, I do flavor fusion. We are a ready to cook curries company. We sell it in a box and you can use it to make curries and stuff. So how I'm using AI, the very first thing is basically our website and stuff. So in general, when someone is trying to create a website, the first thing that they go to is Shopify or Wix, things like that. But there are specific templates that you need to stick to. You might also have to hire a company that probably charges you like 500 to like $1,000 a month. Now you can just use AI tools. I use Lovable to build an entire website, customize things as fast as I need. Like if there is some specific events coming up, I can automate things and stuff, things like that. So that's one of the things that I've been using AI for. The other biggest
one quick thing for everybody, right? So if you, without using AI, if you were to build a website, it costs anywhere between $5,000 to $10,000, and you also have to pay that company a maintenance charge, right? They could charge anywhere between 500 to 1,000. Now, Funny is actually using a $20 to $50 subscription to build this website and also maintain this website. Can you go into more details there and then go to the next use case, Funny?
Yeah. I mean, initially, I definitely spent a lot more, for like 100 to $150 initially, for like to build the entire thing, have everything available. So the way I automated it is I'm using Lovable to build the entire front end automations, all the pages that I need. For all the purchasing, I'm using Shopify. So I'm still like using their APIs to do certain things, like between my website and Shopify, and inventory, things like that is managed by Shopify. But my entire website is like customized to my liking. And I also have like partners in this company. So many a times what happens is the templates make you limited. Not everyone will be happy with a specific thing. This one I can just prompt engineer with Lovable and then tell exactly what I want. For example, for Independence Day, we want like different banners, Independence Day based themes, things like that. With just few prompts, I was able to tweak the entire website homepage to have Independence Day specific themes, that colors, poppers, things like that. So these are certain things that make your life much more simpler.
So funny, I think that's interesting. I mean, at least I wish I knew about how to use Lovable. I know when we were, I mean, maybe before going there. So my family owns a business in India, which is an event venue, and so for that, obviously, we had to build an event venue website. I wish we knew about this Lovable at the time of launch. I mean, we spent close to $1,000 for building a website and giving a person to build all that website because of lack of time and all. At that time it was challenging, but once I learned about Lovable, especially from you, when you started building a website, I started playing it around. So once they have developed, so now we don't take any maintenance from them. So we any content updates. Because one of the things that you need, especially for an event venue website, is to make sure the information is latest, the pricing packaging information is latest, as well as you have latest the videos and photos for the like the any latest events that are happening. So people have always have access to later information. So one of the things which we took over back is the maintenance part, which we are saving money because of all this AI. So that's one of the things. So from my end, so when you told, that's what I was trying to relate. But it was like, I think great to you how you used the whole Lovable, building that end to end, both front end and back end.
Yeah, it comes with its own challenges for sure. Because from time to time, you might be struggling. For example, like I wanted to add a Google login. I know I built my own website with like complications, right? Like Lovable, Shopify, things like that. Some of those things might still be difficult, but the entire customizability, because you're doing everything by yourself and you can do it just with the prompts without an engineer actually sitting on it, is amazing. Yeah.
Yep.
The
Yeah.
other one that I also want to go ahead, Sidhu.
No, no, no. Go ahead.
The other one that I also want to talk about is content generation, right? So for any company in this day and age, so you need to have social media marketing, your presence on different kinds of platforms, things like that. And obviously your entire content cannot be AI generated. But nowadays, if you see it, like there's a lot of content when it's AI generated gets a lot of traction. So I've seen one company, I think is called Rameshwaram Cafe or things like that. So they generated an AI video where the entire cast of Game of Thrones is eating idli, vada, and coffee in front of their store. That generated a lot of traction. So it's not like people are trying to mock or like use other people's copyrighted characters kind of thing, but it's fun for people to watch. And those are things that you couldn't have generated in the past. And you would probably need like bigger teams to create such things. And even generating content like text content is much more easier, but that's one thing my team has been using recently. So we are using Midjourney to generate these videos, but it looks like Vio and Sora got much better nowadays as well, so we should like explore those things. But we have been generating like AI generated images, AI generated videos, and we post on social platform to get like much more traction about the product.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a similar thing that we have been practicing as well for our event menu marketing across this Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube primarily. And especially there was I think maybe 8 to 10 months ago, we were paying a social media marketing company close to close to like $800 per month to generate like 8 to 10 videos per month and start
Mm.
posting, creating a post product. They were saying they were doing post production. They had to come to site to take all that. But now, how we are able to completely eliminate that. Now, what we are trying to do is take any videos which could be taken by any phone or from a sales manager on site or from any event videos and all. Take that and try to create our own shorts, like 30 seconds to 1 minute, and automatically generate all that videos, which is not only saving time as well as money.
Yeah. So we are also experimenting something on the same lines with everything product. Uh, it's it's 90% there. So we have been working on that for the last four weeks, but we'll definitely share more once that is ready.
So it's a challenge for you guys, whoever is watching this video, right? If you guys can identify which one is an AI generated video or AI generated shots from everything product, comment on that. We'll see if we can find that out.
Yeah.
Awesome. Another bigger problem, right, especially for small business or like startups, is marketing, email marketing, things like that. Historically, I was trying to utilize Shopify. Now I'm trying to utilize product called Klaviyo. Again, every product has AI built into themselves nowadays. So Klaviyo is also trying to do things like that, where I can create flows and it would create content customizable per customer and we can send the emails out. I haven't personally like launched this yet, but this is something that I have been playing around, where I can generate specific images, specific type of content, which will be like enticing for the customer within that flow, and then continually like generate right emails for the people so that they also understand the product. They also like continually purchase, repeat customers, things like that.
So does Klaviyo own the customer data or at least customer
No.
preference data?
So we own the data because like customer would have come to our website, clicked on the products, like they might have like taken certain steps, things like that. So this is all like stored in Shopify, or at times the most valuable data, right, is they might have added it to the cart and then they might not have like checked it
Would
out.
have purchased.
At that point, you know that hey, this specific customer is trying to like order this specific thing, because customers' personal information is not known to us for sure, but things that would be known to us is maybe the location where they came from, or the types of products that they added to the cart, the time that they spent, they checked, things like that. So we can use those things, generate specific emails to them and see how the conversion works.
Awesome. So the reason why I was asking, like, does Klaviyo own the data or you? Is so if you own the data, you can also use Lindy.com. So that'll also help you take actions based on user actions on your website. So essentially, if somebody leaves a cart, and if you also know that the customer is not buying it because the price is high, you can actually send them a discount coupon or
Yeah.
nudge them saying, okay, you have added these products, do you want to buy or something like that? Yeah.
So
We
it's
need to
more real time.
do. It can
So
be
it's
real
more.
time if you want to, but the way I'm trying to explore things is, let's say someone left it in the cart, maybe send an email in the evening or send an email the very next day. And like Sidhu, you're talking about, right? Where maybe if they're not purchasing, maybe wait for a few days and then give another discount code to them, personalize the email, things like that.
Yeah.
We should
And
actually make a separate video on N8N. I've been exploring that as well recently.
yeah.
And for anyone who doesn't know what N8N is, it's more of an automation tool, very similar to Zapier, but they have like customizable automations that you can do like using AI tools.
Yeah, even for get prompts, most like at this point it's in autopilot funny. I'm not spending any time, but there are people subscribing and they're also getting automated emails. All of that, I think previously needed a lot of people to manage, maintain all that. So
How are you automating that?
I'm using Lindy and I'm also using Substack for newsletter automation. So essentially, whenever there's a new prompt, you get an email, and so or whenever people actually are going to sign up, then there's another automation email. So all of these are a bunch of automations which you can run without actually you sending out the physical emails.
Makes sense. I should try out. I was exploring N8N and Klaviyo, but I should try Lindy too.
N8N is
Yeah.
more complicated, is what I'm figuring out funny. So I have like a yearly subscription which I got through subscribing to another newsletter, which I was like experimenting with. But I find Lindy much easier because you have all the pre-built flows. You just have to connect things together and it works. Rather than for N8N, there's like a lot of customization that needs to be done.
Got it.
Yeah,
Cool.
Any suggestions on how I could implement something for an event venue who are visiting?
visiting.
You
So
can also probably do the same thing, right? If they're actually physically coming there, maybe you can try to capture their information on preference, why they are doing a specific event, and your next email could utilize that data and generate that specific content to like send it out. Hey, looks like your the specific event is coming up in the next month. We are running a sale. We have also added this kind of customizations, new type of caterings. Would you want to talk to us, like reach out, things like that?
Yeah, but even
Yeah.
catering is a whole animal all by itself, right? So I think the customer who's trying to come to an event, at least places, they're coming maybe once or twice every year, or in their lifetime, right? So not that regularly. But if it's a corporate, at least like if there are corporate events, they could come multiple times a year, right?
Well, one of the biggest challenge that challenge I'll say, maybe it's a customer preference or behavior. The way I'm seeing is, for example, if they're purchasing something online, they are there right through the journey on the website, starting from search to making an order. But one thing which is different we observed in the event venue spaces, people just come to the website to just see the photos, and that's it.
And like,
They don't read anything. They just call. They make a
Yeah.
visit. Everything happens through offline. Nothing happens online. So that's where it's because when Fanny was talking about the Klaviyo integrations and all, I mean, I wish we want to do that because if repeated people are coming to the like website same time, how we figure out some kind of that email integration, understanding the data, then following up with customers and all, because that's a that's a little different that's happening in the event space, which I'm thinking how we could solve.
you can
One of the
think
biggest
about phone-based
biggest
automations,
thing,
right?
last thing is conversions. Conversion rate is very less in event spaces because people look at like multiple venues and they may visit like 20 or 30. They may select only one. So,
Mm.
not funny.
I mean, some things that I'm thinking about, right? Again, depending on the information that you have. For example, if you have phone numbers, I know India is not as strict as US in terms of the number of calls or SMSs that you can do. Maybe you can automate SMS messages to them, and maybe one SMS could say, hey, thanks for visiting us. You want to see more pictures? Have a look at this. Or you can send another follow up message to say, hey, these are different types of decorations that we have done in the past. Maybe upsells could another thing. Maybe someone already took your event venue. Maybe you can do upsells to them.
Like photography services or catering
Yeah,
services and so on and so forth. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
So
I like to pick your brain.
awesome. So I want to share one other story here. So I don't know if I can actually, I didn't ask my friend if I can share this or no, but a friend called me, like he was my master's friend, called me like 4 weeks back. So he recently bought a franchisee of Baskin-Robbins. So he was like, they have a restaurant software, which is not that great. And inventory management is like, you know, it's a hassle, it seems. That's what he was saying. So, a lot of times you have to order new inventory, and you also have to check the freezers if, the right temperature is maintained or no. There's no way to automatically get an update or get to know if the freezer temperature drops. And if that happens, the whole inventory is waste and all of that stuff. So what he told me is he actually used Lovable to build an inventory management app. So based on his order history and the number of orders, he's also approximating the inventory he might need, and it's directly ordering food or inventory for him from different places where the prices are, might vary based on the product, and he built the whole system. He said that Lovable is eating a lot of my credits, but he was able to at least get to a point where it's now completely automated. So I think
Nice.
that sounded very interesting to me. Man, I
You
couldn't
should sell that to
imagine.
Baskin Robbins.
Yeah, because he was like, Robbins uses some old software, I guess, some Oracle software, some enterprise
ERP
software. I think it's in all their locations, and he's like, man, I can't live with this solution. Let me develop a solution for myself.
That makes sense.
Nice. Solving problem themselves.
One other thing I would also want to try out sometime in the future is, again, in my business, I also have different stakeholders that I need to deal with, right? For example, if I want to get into stores, I need to call those people. They don't work on emails as often. So I need to call those people often, set up appointments, or send the product information to them. Things like that. I would love to have some kind of an AI voice agent who can call these people, explain the product details, and then if everything works out, set up an appointment with them, then I can go present about the product or things like that. Or like even more better is maybe it can do research for me, talking about different types of distributors in different regions who would be interested to talk to me, add more details about them, set up meetings. That would automate a bunch of like grunt work that I'll have to do to expand the product, and I can focus on like product building, product launching, etc.
Yeah, maybe I think funny you have to reach out to Patel Brothers if you can get shelf space. Instead of you going to each and every store, if you actually go to one of these distributors like Patel Brothers, and if they're able to give you like a rack of space,
That's the most difficult part, track of.
yeah, obviously, I think there might be
But
hundreds of people who are applying for the shelf space, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
that's a
And
really
another
good.
thing is,
That's a really good use case that you mentioned, Fanny. I think probably also apply it to our business too. Because one of the things, obviously, is the number of follow-up calls that we have to make to customers after they visit, and is a lot. So once, I mean, obviously, everyone comes, they say, "Oh, this is good. We'll come back." That's it. So again, you have to do multiple follow-ups. I mean, there may be some people who are wasting time, or some people who may be active. I mean, how you can like carefully follow up, especially the active ones. That's one thing. And also, I think similar to what you have distributors for your flavor fusion, I think one of the biggest customer segment for us is all the event managers, management people, and those folks. How we can build some similar collaborations with all these different folks and set up the automatic voice calls to maintain that relationships, because with them maintain that relationships and trust is very important for us to grab that business continuity, which I have been doing lately very manually, but I want to automate that using AI.
another thing that that I'm observing is things like Shopify are really good marketplaces because they're able to give an entire whole ecosystem of products to you, and these are built by external developers, and they just give you that opportunity to automate certain things. I would love to explore like us building products in that lens as well, because again, we have pain points, we are techies who can build products. If we can automate certain things for other companies as well, that would be amazing. So that's another thing that we'll have to explore. The last thing that I want to call out, and I haven't like, personally explored it too, is data analysis and automations based on that. So based on the number of orders that are happening, based on the traffic that's coming from different locations, it would help us probably do advertising in a different way, because advertising space nowadays is very expensive when you think about social media channels. So if there is a tool that can tell me, hey, you will have better ROAS, I mean return on ad spend, if you spend more on Google ads versus Instagram versus YouTube, things like that, based on my own data, that would be amazing, but I'll still have to explore that.
Yep, that's interesting too. One of the things, again, and I'm not sure, probably I will keep it very high level.
Awesome. So great discussion, guys. So that's the video.
Awesome, thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you.